Hi, it's Denise at Seamless Sewing Arts. Thanks for signing up for the featherweight maintenance class, which is due to start in just a few weeks. I wanted to go over the supply list with you in case there was any confusion about what some of the items are. So this is just a private video for people taking the class, and hopefully it will help you figure out what you have ready access to and what you need to buy before the class. So I'm going to stand up here in a minute and cut off my head, but I wanted you to be able to see the array of things that we could use. I'm down in the basement of my 1845 stone house where we had to waterproof all the walls, so you can't see the stones anymore. They're covered with a kind of a rubbery white stuff, which is not great, but when it rains, we get spigots of water coming out of the stones in the old part of the basement. All right, so you're going to bring your featherweight with you and give this little girl a spa day. So let's go over what you're going to need for the class. All right, starting over here, there are two brushes which are handy to have for this class. One is just a utility brush, one of these cheap ones. We also use them in the kitchen for baking and anything that you might, basting, that kind of thing. You can get them at Lowe's or Home Depot or a hobby store. We also have them at Seamless if you want to just be able to get them there. But these are great for cleaning out the gears and getting some of the gunk out. When you get one of these, take some scissors that are not your fabric scissors and just cut off the uneven ends so that it has a nice blunt end. That'll give you a little more surface area and a little more of a hard surface on the brush to clean out the gears. It would also be helpful to have a small brush, although this is optional, and it's good for painting the grease onto the gears after you squeeze some out of the tube, because sometimes it just kind of globs up and goes off to the side, doesn't really do any good. We also have these at Seamless if you want to pick one up at the store or any hobby store. You may have something around the house that's similar. This looks like it's about 3/8 of an inch. Anything about 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch would be great. You should probably have some scissors just in case. Not good fabric scissors, just some paper scissors are fine. And pointed tweezers are always good to have when you're working with your machine. So any pointed tweezers that you may have from your sewing kit would be helpful. And I happen to have a dental pick here. If you have access to such a thing, they're good for getting grease and gunk out of little corners. It's not necessary, it's just something that it can be useful, and there may be an equivalent that you could find. You are going to need some screwdrivers to take apart a few things on the machine in order to access the gears and be able to apply grease to them. So you can bring in just any screwdriver, flat screwdriver that you may have at home that's not too big. This is an American machine made in this country, so it only uses flat screwdrivers. In those days, that's what they used. If you have a long screwdriver, like this one, maybe if I hold it out by the white, it'll be easier to see. That can be particularly useful for getting screws out of places like the needle plate. So if you have a long, thin screwdriver, this is about 1/4 an inch at the tip, that will be useful. In the store, we sell Vera German screwdrivers if you want to invest in one of these. These screwdrivers are particularly effective because they bend a little bit. You can't bend it too much with your hand, but when you're trying to get out a screw that's frozen, they can be very helpful because they absorb the torque from the motion of trying to take the screw out. We have one in the store that's a little less, what's about 1/8 of an inch, which is generally very useful. And then we have the tiny one. This is actually like 1/8 of an inch. This is a little bit more, a scant 1/4 inch screwdriver. So those are Vera screwdrivers. They're really great. And you can find them at Seamless, or you can find them online as well. you're going to need sewing machine grease. And I recommend that you use the So Retro grease in its applicator from the Singer Featherweight shop. I do have them available in the store. You do not have to get them online. I sell them for the same price as you would buy them from the Singer Featherweight store. So you will need grease, definitely. Do not plan on using any grease or oil that came with your machine, despite the cute containers. This stuff is very old and you don't want to gub up your machine. So speaking of oil, you can get the So Retro, same brand as the grease oil, which we have in the store. Comes in a little needle nose bottle. Here it is, needle nose bottle. The needle nose bottle is the thing here. And you can buy it that way, or you can just get some Singer or another brand of sewing machine oil. It must be sewing machine oil, no other kind of oil on your machine. And it is very helpful to have one of these needle nose bottles, these little 1 ounce bottles, to apply the oil into the little oil holes. We have empty bottles for sale in the store if you want those. You will need Q-tips, lots and lots of Q-tips. You can just bring in regular Q-tips, which are great. If you have access to pointed Q-tips, if I hold them down here, can you see? These come to a point, and they're very useful for getting in a little hard to get into places. Sometimes they have a flat end, which can be useful, as well as the pointed end. And the best of all are these Q-tips that come on wooden sticks. So if you can find them and bring them, that would be great. I will have a supply that you can use during the class in case. You're going to need some 1 or 2 empty little cups like this. They can be, these are yogurt cups, or they can be, clear containers like this, or it can be something from your stash of plastic containers that you use to keep leftovers. Just something to keep little screws in as you take them out so they don't go rolling around. You're also going to need, and it's on the list, an old towel. Better if it's light so you can see these little screws when you take them out. Just any old towel will do. You also need as many cut up pieces of t-shirt fabric as you can gather. So just find an old t-shirt, cut it up into pieces and bring it along. That'll be very useful. You can wash those and reuse them. If you plan to change the belt on your machine as part of this class, we do have super belts in the store. They're great because they're light. They're made of a contemporary modern material, and they offer less stress to the motor to turn them, so you can get that. We also have LED lights. This is an empty container, but we have LED lights if you want to change out the light bulb. And if you want to change out the feet, the little rubber pads on the bottom of your machine, which I've done on this machine, we sell those as well. All of our products that come from the Singer Featherweight shop are sold at the same price as the Singer Featherweight shop online. And you don't have to wait in the mail to get them. You're also going to need some alcohol to clean gears and clean parts. We use 91% alcohol because it evaporates very fast. So you're getting the advantage of some wetness to get off grime and oil and grease, but it's not staying on any of the metal parts and causing rust. It'll just evaporate off and it's gone. So these are very inexpensive. Pick them up at any pharmacy or your grocery store. So some 91% alcohol. So that's what you need for the maintenance class. And if you have any questions, please call the shop or email me at info@seamlesssewingarts.com. Our shop number again is 484-920-8971. And I'm really looking forward to this class. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to get up close and personal with your machine and hopefully keep her in great condition for another 70 to 100 years. So we'll see you at the maintenance class. Thanks very much. Bye-bye now.